How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid Group, which showed a lot of strength on the Friday, and it's part of the reasons why I wanted to give you guys this update video, because we had a strategy, we have a game plan, as well as for the short term and for the long term, and I want to make sure I keep you guys in the loop. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing that we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support and we want to know resistance. This is key because it gives us a good idea of what we want to look forward to and also what to expect no matter what your goals are. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. Are shorts still heavily vested inside of this play? We know this can have an impact on the stock price in regards to overall volatility. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution, where institutions loading up on shares on the Friday. The reason why we want to know this, because we know they're looking for a return on their investment. So if they are loading up on shares, this could be a possible bullish signal. And then afterwards, we're going to the final thoughts and as well as some more key details, especially an update coming out of the EV sector that Lucid could actually benefit from. So let's get started. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Lucid Group. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $19.93, being up 0.40%. On the low, it tested $19.90, and then on the high, testing $20.62. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 16.229 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 33.061 million shares. So we ended up having some below average volume, but we still saw some appreciation in the stock price. Now, when we take a look at our indicators, we're using the 1-year daily chart. You can see the RSI is at 43.04. So yes, we are in the oversold territory. When we take a look at the moving averages on our chart, we are below all of them, which is the 50-day, the 100-day, the 200-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. But one thing to do take notice of, this 21-day EMA is now serving as an area of resistance. So I feel if we can get some price action above the 21-day, which is set at $20.84, then we could look forward to seeing some moves. As you can see, we've done a great job holding up some support here right at this $19 level, and I spoke about that in the previous videos as well. So if we continue to do that going into next week, then most definitely I look forward to seeing Lucid close above 20 bucks. If we do decide to pull back even further, the volatility does continue, then I'm looking forward to seeing some support here right around the $18.80 range. You can see here, to be exact, $18.86. And again, this is only on the case of a pullback, is pretty much talking about being $1 behind where it tested on the low of $19.90 on the day on the Friday. So I feel like that is fairly realistic. And if it does decide to pull back even further potentially, then of course I'm going to want to see some strength right here around this 1730 level, and as well seeing some strength being right around this 1770 level as well. So let's see how next week looks like. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for Lucid. So as we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 2.3 million, updated 15 minutes ago, and the short ball fee rate is at 2.79%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, you can see for the close of the 8th, it was at 58.31, the close for the 9th being at 36.98, and then the close for the 10th being at 36.01. So we are seeing a downtrend here, and it's one of the reasons why we cover it on this channel. But what does this tell us? We still continue to have short squeeze potential. What we tend to look for are plays that have 21% or higher, and in this particular case, you can clearly see it is well above that. So as far as for Monday and for the rest of the week, it'll be very interesting to know. But one thing that we do know for a fact, as far as for the market sentiment is concerned, it is a lot more positive for Lucid Group. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Lucid. So we can see from the inflow, it was 65.89, and then on the outflow, it was 58.78. So we ended up having an inflow day. So you can see on the large, we had 0 for the inflow side, but as far as for the outflow side, we had 1. And keep in mind, this is in the millions. Now, when we take a look at the medium, it was 35.16, and then on the small, it was 30.73. On the outflow side with the medium, it was at 32.31, and then on the small we have 25.47. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for the Friday we ended up having an outflow of 1,000. You could see that difference clearly from when we took a look at the large scale orders. But we do know for a fact it still continued to be bullish because there was a lot of buying on the medium and as well as on the small side, and we know the small side is coming from the retail crowd like you and I. So going into next week, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how well the stock performs. And I was telling you guys, I want to see Lucid getting comfortable at that $20 level. And I feel if the market didn't pull back the way that it pulled back on the Friday, we could have easily closed above $20. And we still have an opportunity to do that as far as for the coming week and even possible on the Monday. So I am very bullish on this play. I told you guys, make sure you're buying up that dip. That is a great opportunity. And here we are looking green inside our portfolios. So now let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details. And as far as the big update that I want to share with you. So for my final thoughts for Lucid Group, I'm loving the momentum that we have been seeing as of late. On the Friday, we ended up having a fairly bloody day inside of the market. Many stocks were pulling back, but we saw Lucid was showing some strength by finishing green. So what this does tell us that there's a lot of demand for Lucid shares out there. Many are holding, and we see institutions also have been loading up. So if you're aware and you know this already, you should be confident in your position. When I was talking about buying Lucid on the dip and being patient, you could see why it's important to make sure that you time your entry. So now let me go over the update that I want to share with you in regards to the EV sector. U.S. Democrats propose dramatic expansion of EV tax credit that favors the big three. U.S. Democratic lawmakers on Friday proposed an expansion of tax credits for electric vehicles. The tax credit for up to $12,500 per vehicle for U.S.-made, union-made zero-emission models compares with $7,500 incentive for most other electric cars, an amount that has not changed. It is a key part of President Joe Biden's goal to ensure EVs comprise at least 50% of U.S. vehicle sales by 2030 and boost U.S. union jobs. So this is great news overall for the EV sector inside of the US, and we have Tesla, we also have Lucid, and as well as many other charging stations that are going to be benefiting from this. So taking that into consideration, we could see some of that momentum carry over on the Monday and as well as for the rest of the week, and it's part of the reasons why I want to see Lucid at that $20 range holding it down. We did close at around $19.93. I am not mad at that, but for the most part, we have to take one thing into consideration here, and it's a term that I've mentioned many times on this channel. Rising tides float all boats. Now, with that said, when we went on Fintel, we could see Lucid does continue to have short squeeze potential. So there's going to be many traders that are going to be inside of this play, one to take advantage of this. So you're going to end up seeing a lot of volatility, and I just want to make sure that is something that you are prepared for. Another thing that I want to talk about, usually when the market is going through these particular type of phases, whether it's a pullback, whether it is crashing, whether there's a correction, the last thing that I want you to do is to have negative emotions or negative feelings. Yeah, you're seeing your stocks, oh my gosh, they're going down. What the hell is, you're just angry. You are frustrated. I want you to do the opposite. This is the opportunity where you can add to your positions that you have a lot of confidence in, or you can look at that stock or buy that stock that you really wanted to get at a cheaper price. You need to pounce on situations like these. Get out of the habit of buying up shares of stocks when they're already running up or when they're seeing a lot of momentum. If you continue to have a great habit of buying when the market is not doing so well, you will see a lot more success. It's kind of like what Warren Buffett says, Be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. And I feel that's one of the things we cannot forget, especially if you're going to be trading. That's fine. That is okay. But you got to make sure that you have investments that you're holding for the long term. This is how you build wealth over time. So while you're actually building up on your investments, get into the habit of buying those stocks when you can get them for great prices. I know for a fact, when you go to the store, whether you want to buy shoes, clothing, food, or any general items, you like to see that it's on sale. So treat the stock market the same way. When food is on sale or a particular type of clothing is on sale, you're not angry, you're not frustrated, you're excited, you are happy. Again, treat the stock market the same way. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.